It's a tale of two cities. Where should you lay down your roots, Kenosha or Racine? Today we discuss 5 pluses and minuses about Kenosha and Racine. Should you move to Kenosha or should you move to Racine? Let's talk about them in today's video. Make sure you stick around to the end. I have a couple bonuses for you guys. Now let's jump into the video. First, let's go through the 5 reasons we should pick Kenosha to move to. Reason number 1, prime lakefront living. Kenosha has several neighborhoods right on the lakefront with beautiful lakefront views of condos and single family homes. If you love that vacation feeling every day that you're at home, Kenosha may be a really great fit for you. You can find several condos and single family homes that are right on the lake or that overlook the lake and give you that beautiful lakefront view, or even lakefront property that is literally on the lake and you have lake frontage on your property. You can walk down to the water, dip your toes into it, maybe even a sandy yard at the edge there. I don't know what you call it, beachfront property, I guess you call it. If you're looking for that, Kenosha has a lot of homes just like that. Kenosha may be a really good fit for you if you want that weekender feel every day of your life when you're living at your house. Kenosha has a lot of options for you. So if you want that fit, Kenosha has a lot of options for you. It may just be the right option for you. Reason number 2 to move to Kenosha. Kenosha's market is picking up, making it a good place for long-term investments. As more people move out of bigger cities for a quieter lifestyle, the Kenosha housing market is on the rise. With people relocating from bigger cities to find that quieter lifestyle, Kenosha presents a great opportunity for long-term investments. So if you plan on staying in your house for the next 5 or 10 years, houses typically appreciate over the years. As the years go on, the longer you stay in your house, the house value goes up and up and up. So you get a good return on investment over the years when you do decide to sell your house. So if you plan on staying in your house for the next 3 to 5 to 10 years, you're probably gonna get a nice return on investment. So if you're looking for a good return on investment on your house, Kenosha is probably the best bet for you, because Kenosha housing prices are a little bit higher than Racine, and they just keep going up and up and up and up and up and up, and we don't see a ceiling coming anytime soon. Reason number 3 to move to Kenosha, accessibility. It's right smack dab between Milwaukee and Chicago. So for the commuter, if you work in either city, Chicago or Milwaukee, it's a sweet spot. You get the city life without the city prices. Kenosha's prime location between Milwaukee and Chicago makes it ideal for commuters. You get the advantages of nearby major cities without the higher cost of living. So you have the convenience of nearby major cities, like all the museums of Chicago and the museums of Milwaukee, and all the conveniences of those bigger cities. You have the nightlife of all those major cities, all the conveniences of those bigger major cities, without the higher cost of living and without all the traffic and other annoyances that you may find with those major cities. And plus, they're a short drive if you commute. Chicago is only an hour if you commute to downtown Chicago, even shorter if you work in one of the suburbs. Milwaukee is only about a 45-minute drive if you commute to Milwaukee, even shorter if you work in one of the suburbs. Reason number 4 to move to Kenosha, it's a recreational hotspot. There are tons of parks, walking trails, and Lake Andrea. Yes, Lake Andrea is technically in Pleasant Prairie, but come on. We all know that Pleasant Prairie is basically Kenosha. It's Kenosha light. I even live in Pleasant Prairie, and I consider Pleasant Prairie Kenosha light. It's perfect for those who like to take long walks. You know that I love taking long walks. Who doesn't love a nice walk on a beautiful sunny day? The city has plenty of outdoor activities like parks, trails, and Lake Andrea. Perfect for walking, biking, or other water sports. It's a great fit for active lifestyles. So if you love to be outside, you love to do stuff outside like walking, trailing, rollerblading, Petrifying Springs Park has all kinds of trails, all kinds of hiking trails, lots of stuff for you to do outside. There's all kinds of stuff to do. There's all kinds of bike paths all throughout Kenosha and Kenosha County. If you like to be outside in the wintertime, there's snowmobile trails, all kinds of winter sports. There's Wilmette Mountain if you like to ski or snow tube. That's a short drive from Kenosha, only about 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes west by the Kenosha County Fairgrounds. So all kinds of things to do all season long here, all year long here in Kenosha and Kenosha County. And finally, reason number 5 to move to Kenosha, a vibrant downtown. The downtown area has grown a lot in recent years, with trendy restaurants, bars, and events. Always something happening. Downtown Kenosha has grown significantly, offering trendy restaurants, bars, and a lively social scene. Perfect for people who like a mix of community events and nightlife. And that's very true. Kenosha has done a lot to bring up their downtown, to make it very active, to do all kinds of social events, to try and bring in the younger crowd and make it nice for older people too, that like to have something to do, to just go out for a nice meal and then go home and relax for the night. Kind of like my wife and I, we don't like the bar scene necessarily. Maybe a drink or two and then go home and relax. So if you like to do that kind of stuff, if you enjoy the nightlife, there is that kind of stuff here in Kenosha. You just have to know where to go. If you enjoy live music, there's live music almost every night, almost every weekend here in Kenosha somewhere. You just have to look for it. One of our favorite spots is the Kenosha Comedy Club. Did you know that Kenosha has a comedy club? Every Friday and Saturday night at the Wyndham Hotel in downtown Kenosha, there is a comedy club. It's just a $20 cover charge. I believe it's still $20. No drink minimum. It's just $20. You get your seat, you go in there, you watch the comedian. And they get really good comedians too. Some of them they're not national headliners, but they do national tours, and they're pretty funny. There is a bar at the hotel there. You can get yourself some drinks, water, alcohol, soda, whatever you want to drink. And you just sit down, you watch a comedian, you enjoy the show. And then, of course, there's local downtown restaurants and bars and attractions to go to before or after the show. It's a really fun, good time. We've been there a few times. One of our favorite spots to go to on a Friday or Saturday night. Now let's jump to Racine. 5 reasons that Racine may be a better choice. Number 1, historic charm. Racine has a well-developed downtown with beautiful historic homes and plenty of character. Racine's downtown, rich with history and many beautiful older homes. It offers a unique character and charm that's harder to find in newer developments. This I really agree with. I think that Racine's downtown is a lot better than Kenosha's downtown. It's just more unique. It has a lot more character. If you like the historic downtowns and the downtowns that just have more personality, I guess you could say, I think that Racine's downtown definitely has a lot more personality. I don't personally think that Racine's downtown has more choices as far as restaurants and shops go to, but I think that Racine's downtown is just more unique and a lot more character and a lot more fun to go to. So if you're comparing downtown to downtown, I think Racine's downtown beats Kenosha's downtown, hands down, in almost every single aspect. So when you're comparing downtown to downtown, I think Racine's downtown beats Kenosha's downtown. So in this aspect, I think that Racine's downtown beats Kenosha's downtown. Kenosha is definitely working on their downtown, but they have a long ways to go to catch up to Racine. I think they'll get there eventually. They're just not quite there yet. Reason number 2 to move to Racine, lower property prices. This is a big one. When you're shopping for a house, of course, budget matters. What you're paying matters. Generally, Racine has lower housing prices than Kenosha, so you can get more bang for your buck, especially if you're into fixer-uppers. Racine's housing costs are generally lower than Kenosha's, which means you can find more affordable homes or get more house for your money, especially for those looking for fixer-uppers. Now, this is very true. So when my buyers are first starting to look for a house, usually they're starting to look in the Kenosha area. But with how hot the housing market has been lately, the Kenosha home prices have just gone up so far and so fast. A lot of time people have just been priced out of the Kenosha market. So we start looking at other markets, either west of the interstate into the county, like Salem, Bristol, maybe even as far as Twin Lakes. Or we look into Racine County, like Mount Pleasant, Racine, maybe Burlington area, anywhere in between those areas. Just because those prices have not gone up as fast or as high, and those housing costs are quite a bit lower. So for instance, if you compare like a 3-bedroom, 1-bath house in Kenosha, and maybe worth, let's say, $300,000, that same home in Racine is only worth like $220,000, maybe $230,000. That's just an example. That's not a real life example. I don't know if that's accurate or not. It's just off the top of my head. But that's just an example. You know, you could save $20,000, $30,000, $60,000 off the price of a home between Kenosha and Racine. Number 3 reason to move to Racine, beachfront access. Racine's North Beach is one of the best in the region, perfect for summer days and lakefront living. North Beach in Racine is one of the best public beaches in the region, making it perfect for those who enjoy lakefront activities without the higher cost of Kenosha lakefront homes. This, honestly, I don't have an opinion on. I've never been to Racine's North Beach. I don't even know where it's at. So if you know anything about Racine's North Beach, leave me a comment down in the comment section. Let me know about it. Compare and contrast for me Racine's beaches to Kenosha's beaches. I've been to most of Kenosha's beaches. My favorite beach in Kenosha is Simmons Island Beach. I think it's very well maintained. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of people that go there. You can have a lot of conversations with people. It's just a lot of fun. It's a nice little community. But I've never been to any of the beaches in Racine. So if you have an opinion on this, please leave it down in the comments for me. Let me know what you think. Number four reason to move to Racine, a tight-knit community. So AI and Google, their opinion on this is Racine tends to have a more close-knit, small-town feel, which can be a big draw if you prefer that over a larger city vibe. Racine has a close-knit, small-town feel, which can appeal to people looking for a more community-centered environment than Kenosha. This one, guys, I don't know. I kind of agree with this one, and I kind of don't. This one I think is very neighborhood specific. You know, some neighborhoods are like this, and some are not. I don't think this is city specific. I think this is neighborhood specific. This totally depends on the neighborhood that you live in. You know, the Allendale neighborhood of Kenosha is very community centric. Most people there know their neighbors. The neighborhood that I live in, I know almost all my neighbors. We get along very well. We help each other out. We say hi to each other whenever we're outside. I've also seen the same thing in Racine when I'm showing houses there. The neighbors there are very friendly. They say hi to us. They wave to us. I see them helping each other out. I see them talking to each other. So I think this is very neighborhood specific. I don't think this is city specific at all. I don't think that Google and AI are correct about this, about that one city is better over another city. I think you just have to pick the best neighborhood. And finally, the last reason to move to Racine is a developing art scene. Racine has an emerging art scene with local galleries and cultural events popping up. If you're into the artsy side of life, Racine might be just what you have at heart. Racine's growing art scene with galleries and cultural events offers a creative appeal for people who enjoy the artsy side of life. It's becoming more of a cultural hub in the region. This I do agree with. We've been to Racine a few times. There's a children's theater there that we've been to a couple shows at. And then there's also, I believe, an adult theater there. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I'm pretty sure that there's an adult theater in Racine also. And then there's also an art gallery in Racine. I've honestly never been there, but based on what I've read, they have some local artists there, and then I think they also have a few pieces from some national artists there. I'm pretty sure it's open to the public. For a small fee, you can go in there and take a look at the stuff that's available. But it is becoming very much of a more artsy and cultural city compared to Kenosha. Kenosha, I think, is more focusing on business and industrial growth rather than the artsy growth. And I think Racine is more focusing on the community and artsy growth. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong, and we'll see what the future brings. So 2 reasons. So here's the extras that I promised you guys at the end of the video. I have 2 reasons for you not to move to Kenosha. So I just hit this one. Rapid development. With the increase in development, some areas of Kenosha are starting to feel over commercialized. It's a lot of strip malls and less with cozy hometown vibe. With new developments, some areas of Kenosha feel over commercialized, losing the cozy hometown vibe in favor of strip malls and larger businesses. This, I think, is really true, especially heading down the Western 50 corridor. It's a lot of businesses and going in, and not so many neighborhoods and houses. It's just feeling more business centric, which a city needs to grow to prosper. They need more business coming in for jobs and for growth. So I understand that, but it's, if you're a homeowner, if you want to see your city grow, if you want to see it be more hometown feeling, you want to be more tight knit. And I think Kenosha is maybe starting to lose that a little bit. What do you think? Leave it down in the comments for me about how you feel about that. Reason number 2 not to move to Kenosha: higher prices. Kenosha's growing popularity is driving prices up, so you might pay more here for properties compared to Racine. Kenosha's growing popularity is pushing up home prices, making it more expensive than Racine for similar properties. We discussed this earlier in the video, and that is true. A similar price home here in Kenosha, you can get for a lot cheaper in the Racine area. So when you start your home search, you gotta ask yourself, do I want to pay a little more for a house in Kenosha, or pay a little less for a house in Racine? And then you gotta look at the neighborhood. Is the neighborhood that I'm looking to move into the neighborhood that I want to move into? Does it have that community vibe that I'm looking for? And how does it feel for me? You gotta weigh the options. You gotta weigh the pros and cons. Now let's move on to Racine. Why you may not want to move to Racine. Reason number 1 that you may not want to move to Racine: high crime rates. Racine has struggled with higher crime rates in some neighborhoods, which can be a concern for families. Racine struggles with higher crime rates in some neighborhoods, which can be a concern for families and first-time homebuyers. So this one I have to be careful with, because I can't really advise you on high crime rates. I can just kind of point you in the right direction for like crime maps and police officers that I know that can tell you about crime in the Racine area. If crime is something that you're concerned about, I can point you in the right direction about where to find crime statistics in the Racine area and Kenosha area, or any area that you're looking in. It's just that as a realtor, I can't really tell you very much about crime, just because realtors aren't allowed to do that for whatever rule reason. We're not allowed to do that. But that is a concern for some people, is that crime is considered to be higher in the Racine area than in Kenosha generally. So if that is a concern for you, then Racine may not be the right area for you. Reason number 2 not to move to Racine: fewer amenities. Racine is smaller and has fewer shopping and dining options compared to Kenosha, which may leave you driving out of town for some things. Racine has fewer shopping. Reason number 2 not to move to Racine: fewer amenities. Racine is smaller and has fewer shopping and dining options compared to Kenosha, which may leave you driving out of town for some things. Meaning you might have to drive out of town for more diverse choices in some areas, which is true. Racine is just smaller than Kenosha. They don't have as many options for shopping and dining, which, if it doesn't bother you, it's not a big deal. But if you like to stay in town for your shopping and dining, then Racine, again, may not be the option for you. If you're looking to get started in your home buying process and you have more questions about Kenosha and Racine or any of the surrounding areas, shoot me a text, give me a call, or send me an email. I'd be happy to talk about it with you. We go over the options and see which area is the best for you and start the home buying process. So there we have it. 5 reasons that you may want to move to Kenosha and 5 reasons that you may want to move to Racine. 2 reasons that you may not want to move to either city. I can't tell you what to do. I'm very impartial here. You have to make that decision up for yourself. I'm just here to advise you and help you make the best decision for you and your family. The reasons for Kenosha, again real quick, are the lakefront living, the growing real estate market, the accessibility, the recreational hotspot, the vibrant downtown, and the reasons for Racine are the historic downtown charm, the lower property prices, the beachfront access, the tight-knit community, the developing arts scene. And the reasons not to move to Kenosha are the rapid development and the higher prices. The reasons not to move to Racine are the higher crime rates and the fewer amenities. If you guys have any questions about Kenosha or Racine that's real estate related, send me a text, give me a call, or send me an email. I'd be happy to answer any questions for you. If you guys found this video interesting and got any value out of it, do me a favor and hit that like button. It does me a huge favor and it encourages me to keep making videos like this for you guys. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and let YouTube do its thing and notify you every time I drop a new video. Hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.